so I know that we're really, really early, but actually we were just ready early, and I thought that it might be fun to just sit around and talk to everyone for a few minutes. So, of course, I'm Lisa Robertson. This is my Facebook page. That makes sense. David Markstein, who is our lead jewelry buyer. He's in charge of everything jewelry. He was the lead jewelry buyer at QVC for over 20 years. He and I worked together on a lot of different jewelry programs at QVC. And Ki is actually on Facebook. So if you hear someone yelling out your comment or question from behind the set, that's going to be Ki, because I thought it's so funny to me, and not funny, but just it's endearing and very, very sweet to me that whenever David is on with me, everyone loves him. And they always have comments, and they always, right? And they always, want to ask him things. And so I thought, well, this will be fun, because then you can just talk to David for a few minutes through Ki. Ki can yell your questions or comments or something, because everybody always wants to talk to David. So we could have a talk to David segment.
I hear that. You're
For a few
exaggerating.
minutes. I am not exaggerating. It's so funny. Every time we're on with David, he gets so many comments and compliments and everything else. But we're at 7 p.m. We are going to start a chat that is all about jewelry that is made in the USA.
Yep.
And I know we're going to talk about that, but one of the things I think people might not realize is that you literally source beautiful jewelry from all over the world.
Yes.
All good?
Yeah.
Can they hear me at all? Or
I think so.
just now?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if there was a problem.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think, one of the exciting things about what we do, what I do as a buyer, is that jewelry is different from all over the world. The designs are different. The culture is different. And if you just stay in one country, we both love Italy,
Right.
but if we just stayed in Italy, we'd be missing a lot of the interesting designs from India,
Right.
from Thailand.
Mhm.
All over the world, there's beautiful designs. I've been to the Turkey show 3 times,
Right.
and they do things that are they're very good at, the woven.
Yeah.
They've established the
that's-
woven better than
yeah,
anyone.
that's
So it's just, you learn things about the jewelry industry, the more you find different interesting jewelry from different countries. But USA was always near and dear to my heart, because when I started in the industry, I was very young, there were thousands of factories in America.
right. And most of them were up around Providence, Rhode Island.
Yep. And a lot of them were machine-made product. They had a lot of chain factories. Rings which were cast are done with a machine, but the factory that we're going to be talking about coming up tonight is one that's all done by hand. Everything.
Right. Yeah.
So it's remarkable that there's still a couple factories
Yeah,
left.
there are only a few factories, I think maybe 4, that are actually open in Providence, Rhode Island right now.
Yeah.
The one that is probably the most well-known, and that does every single technique. They do every process, which is unusual. They don't do one thing and then give it to another factory to do the other thing, but that's the factory that created all the jewelry that we're going to be seeing in tonight's chat. And as we go through, as we start talking about each item, you'll see that item at the top of the shopping page on lisarobertson.com, so that you can place your order for it if you would like. But I did want to just give everyone a few minutes to give comments to David or ask David questions. And now, of course, as soon as I ask people, they'll be like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, right.
But I will say that every time I'm on with David, everyone has so many comments. How many years have you been in the jewelry industry?
I'm coming up on 29 years now.
29. You started as a child.
I was a child. Do you remember I was the assistant buyer to one of our...
Right, to Joan?
To Joan. And I quickly became a buyer, and then I learned everything from the start. I started my career at Bloomingdale's and then Barney's in New York, and from Barney's I came to QVC, so that's where I've been.
And how many times have you been to Italy?
I stopped counting, but if I go back and say, okay, 3-5 times a year or whatever, it's about 80 times, a little over 80 at this point, and hundreds of factories, because we don't get to do that as much anymore, but we used to. Part of going to Italy was always, you had to go to the factories to see what your creations were. Yeah. It wasn't that you were going there because you always want to see what's new and different, but they also had your product ideas that you were working on there. So you go there very excited because they were going to show you firsthand what they were able to do, how they make it.
Right.
And you learn about the factory. You learn how many workers, how old is this factory, what is their specialty. They're the ones who do that beautiful texture, and nobody else does a texture like that. all of
I
those
always think
things.
of Giante with
Yeah,
texture.
Giante is one of those factories that we
Yeah.
we love going to, and we love working with. It's a beautiful satin finish.
So one of the things that has really changed in the last few years with, of course, a pandemic going on in the world is that we don't travel as much. We do a lot by Zoom, and video meetings. And one of the real advantages of David's expertise of having decades, almost 3 decades in the jewelry industry, is that you can have all the great ideas you want. If you don't know who does that technique, you can never get it made. So we are constantly looking at different things for inspiration, putting together different pictures, saying put this element with that element and do this and do that and do the other thing. But because of David's expertise, we know which factory to take that to. Oh, that texture, that's going to be this factory. Oh, that mechanism, that's going to be this factory. Oh, that casting. Oh, that look. Oh, that link. Oh, that size. Oh, that color. Right? All that material. All those different things.
It's so true.
That it's a needle in a haystack if you don't know the factories. So the fact that David has been in the industry for almost 30 years and that he does work with factories all over the world enables us to really, it's enabled us to really push the envelope of design in the last couple years and really drive it more ourselves as opposed to just looking at what they've created and saying, okay, that's good. We're literally giving them so many ideas because they're not really developing them on their own right now.
No. When I look back at my career, I think about how fortunate I am that one, QVC sent me all over the world. And I was able to develop relationships with these factories who learned to trust because they're dealing with precious metal. They don't want to just make what we call molds for anyone because they could make a lot of molds and you say, I don't like them. And then they spent a lot of money. So if they start to trust you and you say, listen, I'm not always right, maybe 70%, 80% of the times we like what you make for us, then they're going to want to do more of that. And I think that builds the relationship. That's why advanced orders started for us. They don't do advanced orders for a lot of retailers because they don't know them. They're not going to want to put our product ahead. They'll put our product ahead of other retailers because they know that we're going to place orders. They know that they trust that what we're doing is not only going to be good for us, but going to be good for them. We've helped a lot of lines over the years. When you think about all of the designs that we've done.
Oh yeah. Well, and I have to say it was so interesting because now doing everything over Zoom, and David is naturally an early riser anyway. If you're up at 4 a.m., give him a call when he gets up. We had this talk the other day. I was like, "Are you serious? I know you woke up early, but that's crazy."
Pretty sad.
But one of the reasons is he's doing Zoom meetings or before this phone calls with all different countries around the world. So the time differences, they're all later. The time differences are dramatic. So being up early in the morning enables him to communicate with them without them being there till midnight their time or something. But we just could tell us real quick. We were both on a call a few months ago with a factory with a line, and they have factories in a few different countries. So we had 2 different countries on the meeting. I was here, David was at his place, and we were all on this meeting, and they were talking about how working with us through the pandemic allowed them to keep their factories open and to not have to lay off any employees. And they're in New York and 2 other countries. So it was amazing.
It was amazing, and I think that over the years I've become a little spoiled. I like to deal with the principals of the factories. I like to deal with the owner or the person in charge because sometimes whisper down the lane, as we call it, doesn't always translate into the design you're doing. But when I'm working with them early in the morning, they actually are in a conference room talking to me on Zoom or one other way that we talk together. And then they'll actually walk the camera or their computer back into the factory and say, is this what you're talking about, or something like that. So it's really hands-on right there. No, I don't like it. And because I'm up so early, they love the fact that their factory is still open. Because otherwise... I
mean, Italy is 6 hours ahead, but other countries are 10, 11, 12 hours ahead.
The average buyer who would start their day at 9 o'clock when they go into work,
would miss
the
out on half the world.
The factory's closed. So a lot of the relationships overseas are just communications through email. They do not have a communication where they can actually talk to each other because it's different time zones. 12 hours difference. So
isn't that amazing?
It's amazing. So
Yeah.
I felt it's given me a little bit of an advantage over the years, and
Oh yeah,
it helps.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know these people,
Yeah.
and they
So
know
you
you.
guys, you don't have questions, you have, requests, of course.
Oh, okay. Requests. What are the requests?
Multi-gemstone studded cross, 14 karat gold studded earrings, more pearl jewelry. Deb Gotti is super happy that you are offering U.S. items.
Hi, Deb.
Sue Albatsky is shocked that you're early.
Is her cat watching?
That's a good question.
Oh my God, that's fun.
So yeah, most is just loving how great you guys look. They're loving your hair, Lisa.
Thank you.
Not
my
your
hair?
hair too, David.
Okay, thank you.
I told David he could borrow these sometime.
Yes, I think people are just amazed that we're early.
Yeah.
It's kind of a shock.
I'm pretty
for the
amazed too, really. I think that after the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, this is a sign of the end of the world.
It's also not every day that we're doing a chat on Wednesdays too.
Yeah,
so
unusual.
You know, when we're not on a Monday, it's always a special
Yeah.
presentation.
Definitely.
We like to call it.
Definitely, definitely. So tonight, we are early, and we were all ready early, so I thought it'd be
Well,
just
now we're on time.
be nice to be early. So now that we're on time.
Now we'll be late.
Tonight is all about beautiful, beautiful pieces of jewelry that are made in the USA. Now, a number of years ago, there were thousands of jewelry factories in the United States. The United States was one of the centers of jewelry production for the world,
Yeah.
and most of those jewelry factories were in Providence, Rhode Island. One of the reasons is there are a lot of laws that have to do with the environment and the chemicals used in plating that really limits where that
Yeah.
plating can be done.
Yeah.
So if you talk to a lot of the smaller jewelers in the country now, are still sending their things to Providence to be plated.
Yes.
But now in Providence, Rhode Island, there are only about 4 factories remaining. One of them is one of the oldest factories. It was actually built back in the 1800s. And in that beautiful old factory in Providence, Rhode Island, is an amazing, amazing company. They create a line of jewelry where not only is it made in the USA, every step is done by hand. This is highly unusual with the advent of dark factories. In
Yeah.
a lot of cases, when they're talking about bringing production back to the United States, they're talking about doing it with technology, not with people. Now,
Yeah.
I'm all for it, and however you want to do it is better than not doing it, so I'm good with that. But isn't it amazing when you look at what drives everyone away from doing things in the United States is the cost of labor? What these people have said is, you know what, we get it. We are working in America. We have, people who are, we need to pay them
Yeah.
a living, fair living. They have to support their families. How can we do that? We can create things that are so beautiful that they hold a value that warrants what we're asking for it.
So true.
And that is what this line is. Every single step of every piece of jewelry that you're going to see tonight is done by hand, and it's all done in one factory. Usually factories do maybe only 1 or 2 things. It's all done in one factory. And so what you're going to see is the most beautiful, beautiful designs made in the USA, and everything is going to come with a beautiful little romance card.
Beautiful romance card. I mean, it is really amazing to bring jewelry from the USA, because I can tell you, after 2008 with the economy, most of the factories just couldn't stay in business, and the ones that did stay were able to differentiate their lines. They were able to come up with new techniques. They couldn't stay as the same focused pieces of jewelry they did, or else they just didn't survive. So this factory has developed so many different techniques. I'm talking about textures, the Swarovski, the special,
Right, the beautiful European
crystals that they use.
Right.
All of that is just, and the attention to detail, the setting of the stones that they do is very special, all by hand. No machines to help them with that.
So everything you see tonight is going to be made in the USA, and this is the second time that we brought you a Made in the USA show, and it was unbelievably popular last time, I think because we all love beautiful things,
Yeah.
and if it's made in the USA and it's all made by hand by artisans and designers and people who really take pride in their work right here in the USA, that's the biggest bonus plan ever.
Yeah.
So we're going to start out with an absolutely beautiful, beautiful bracelet. This is a bangle that is in your choice of black with yellow or all yellow. Oh my gosh, isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, that's actually beautiful.
Oh.
That's a great shot. It's not washed out.
Go, Katie. That is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful look at these bangles. And here's where you see that the woman who owns this company, it is a woman-owned company as well as being made in the USA, she has an amazing eye.
She does.
And she has an eye for the detail and the subtlety that makes something special. And she travels the world.
She does.
And she studies. She is an avid student, not just someone who likes to look at pretty things. She is an avid student of what makes something beautiful and what makes it special and what makes it different, what gives you that emotional reaction, what speaks to you. And she travels the world, she finds absolutely beautiful pieces, and then she translates them in a way that is so beautiful, it looks like 18 karat gold and diamonds, and of course does not cost like 18 karat gold and diamonds. Everything in this line, where every step is done by hand, is in 14 karat gold over brass. So it's going to be something that allows them to work with it exactly the way they would work with gold.
And the plating that they use is superior. And I say that in that they're very careful.
They're one of the top plating companies in the world.
And it's because plating facilities in Providence, Rhode Island have always been known as where you go when you want special plating. So not only do they plate their own jewelry, people come to them with their own jewelry and say, will you plate my jewelry?
Yes.
So this is a very important part of the process, but the jewelry that they make is stunning to me because of the textures that they use, the granulations, and the attention to detail, as evidenced by this beautiful bangle that has a magnetic clasp. It's very easy. The entire office has been eyeing this bangle today.
Yes.
And I think it's because while it has this upscale look to it, it's not trying too hard. It's a bangle that you could wear every day. It comes in the choice of what you're seeing is the black and gold or the all gold. And everything's about layering, mixing and matching, and these two look so good together.
So this is going to fit a small to an average wrist.
Yes.
Just to let you know, it is an oval, beautifully done, and here's the magnet. And then there's a spring. So it's not just a spring or just a magnet, it's both. And it's going to have this beautiful detail on both sides. How stunning is that? And this is the kind of detail that is normally only done in 18 karat gold. So there are a number of really high-end lines. By names that we know, that are carried in the most expensive jewelry stores around the country, the most expensive luxury department stores, you know, in New York, right up there on Fifth Avenue, right by Central Park. Some of them are over on Madison. But these are the stores where they really do make things out of 18 karat gold and diamonds. And you look in the window and you just think, oh my gosh, that is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I can't even imagine how much it costs. And then if you're a big dope like me, you walk in and ask, and then you have to have a chair because it's pretty crazy. And also right now gold is, you know, one of the highest prices that it's been in a long time. So when you're looking at the price of gold jewelry, it just continues to become more and more prohibitively expensive, and that is what this looks like. It is beautiful.
And I feel when I look at that on your wrist, they've nailed it. The scale is so important.
Nailed it.
The color is so important. It's all about making this look as refined as possible, and she knows how to do this. The women who run this, the designers for this line are unbelievable at interpreting the most high-end designers all over the world and making it their own. And I think that's exactly what they've done here.
Yeah, I almost want to call them like the couture whisperers.
Yeah.
Because they really,
Design
you know,
house.
they look at it and they analyze what it is. You know, we can all have an emotional reaction to something. I mean, I think you and I both know that it comes with the estrogen. That you can just sense the most expensive item in the room. You're like, I'm just going to close my eyes and feel the vibrations of the price tag. And that's just something that women can do. But we don't always know why we're responding to that, right? You don't know why you went to the most expensive piece. She really studies. What is it about that creates that emotional reaction, that creates the aesthetic that you react to? And I love the fact that she is able to bring those details into her line in ways that makes them absolutely beautiful, jaw-droppingly gorgeous. All your friends are going to go, oh my gosh, where'd you get that? But it's not going to cost as much as a call.
Yep. And I'm not joking when I tell you I must talk to her about 5 times every day, including weekends.
Yes.
Because we're all about like, oh, there's an idea, let's talk about it. Or she has a new idea for something and wants to run it by me. And so it's a very symbiotic relationship that we've built, a partnership. And you know, she's excited because she's developing her line even further than she's done before, but she's very picky in what she'll accept to put her trademark behind it.
And I love the fact that there are a lot of designs that she's only doing for us now.
Yeah. Yes.
So I think, you know, I love that we can give her concepts, that she is doing things only for us, and that no one else is going to have them. I love that we have first look at all of her new designs for her line, and everything in her line is beautiful. But this is absolutely spot on what you would find Madison Avenue, the most expensive stores, crazy, beautiful, high-end, and gorgeous. So I love this beautiful, beautiful bangle.
And that color, again, of that gold. She's very much a fan of black. You'll see a lot of her jewelries are black and gold, or black of some kind. She loves the interpretation of that black color mixed with her metals.
She also has a specially alloyed gold that she uses for the plating in her line, so it really does show up like 18 karat. It's just
she's
beautiful.
Very picky.
She is picky. But again, 14 karat gold is 58.5% gold, because pure gold is 24 carats. So it's alloyed with other metals. A little under, you know, like around 40-ish% of it is other metals. 18 karat gold is 75% pure gold. That means it is going to be, generally speaking, a different color. It's going to alloy differently. So she really chooses an alloyed 14 karat gold that looks like 18 karat and that looks like 18 karat with the textures. She is customizing the color for the textures she's creating in the pieces, and it's stunning.
Yes, I think it's what we love so much about her when we first met her, is that we thought we were looking at 18 karat, like very high-end gold, fine gold, and then we found out that it's just how picky she is and what she'll accept for the color of her line.
Gorgeous. All right, so this is our very first piece. These are bangles. They fit a small to an average wrist, and this is going to be either the all yellow or the yellow and black. I'll just keep these because I can.
Can you just explain that people can start shopping as the item?
Yes, so once again, as soon as we start talking about it,
normal.
you'll see it come up at the top of the page. If you're saying the top of what page, go to lisarobertson.com and you'll see the home page, and then in the top right you'll see a red shop tab. Hit that red shop tab, it'll take you right to the shopping page. Right now we've looked at one thing, this beautiful bangle. So the first thing that you're going to see on that shopping page is this bangle. Now, as soon as we start talking about the necklace coming up next in just a few minutes, you're going to see that appear at the top of the page, and you can shop for that then. A few things we have available for you now. Most of the things in this evening are going to be advance order, and they're going to be made for you, but you can definitely start shopping for them as we're presenting them throughout the show. So, yeah, this is available right now, so we only have a limited number of these to go around. This is not an advance order. So if you like that bangle, I would highly recommend getting it quickly. Every time we've done one of these shows, pretty much everything that we've had available to ship to you now has sold out pretty quickly. So definitely don't wait on that bangle if you love it as much as I do. Okay, so I'll just leave the bangles on because I love them so much. And we're gonna move on to an absolutely gorgeous necklace. So one of the things that I always find to be a challenge is longer chains. I think longer chains look really elegant, but in some cases they can tend to not lay correctly, or just kind of move around too much, or not be substantial enough. So then what do you do over a chunky sweater? You get the idea. This is the most beautiful, organic, waving, curling kind of ribbons of, they looks like gold, made into these links that are all different sizes and some different shapes, in rose, white, and yellow. And these are, how long again, David?
They're 30, what is it? I think
Oh,
30.
wait.
Wait,
30.
Katie's gonna look it up.
I don't want to tell you wrong. 32 or 30.
Actually,
36.
paper doesn't say.
Oh, no, okay.
We'll get a.
Let me show you. So
I
it
think
is.
it's 30, 36 or 38.
I was gonna say, because it's definitely longer. It's
Yeah.
definitely longer. And I just saw
I'm pretty sure it was.
a yardstick around here. If you see that, let me know.
But I'll make sure
we'll
that
measure
it's
it.
on the page.
So what you're gonna see is that it's gonna be nice and long. It hits right about here, which is the perfect length. And you're gonna see that some of the links are more curved, some of them look like they're more rounded, some are more oval. I mean, it's just, this one is more of a figure eight infinity, but they each have that handmade look that we love when it comes to an absolutely beautiful, beautiful piece of jewelry. And it's made to just hang beautifully. It actually has a toggle clasp.
Yes.
So you can double it if you would like, no problem.
Yes.
And I love it in all three colors, and I love the texture.
The texture is beautiful. Now this is not really a brush satin. This is more of a satin, more of a kind of a glass satin, we call it, finish. And why I like that so much is it also has a different effect when light hits it.
Mhm.
It has this beautiful shine to it without, it's not diamond, it doesn't look like it's diamond cut, but it doesn't have that matte finish either. It's got this beautiful shine, and when the links are curved like this, organic like this, the light can hit it from all different angles. So what she was trying to accomplish with this necklace was movement.
Mhm.
Movement from no matter which way you look, movement from no matter how the necklace will turn, and it's almost, you can see a different way to look at it which depending on what
just depending how you wear it. And I love this because I think there are a lot more tops that are coming in right now that are going to be closer to the neckline,
Yeah.
closer to the collarbones as far as the neckline goes. More boat neck, more crew neck, more of these kinds of styles where this longer chain is so important, because
Yeah.
otherwise your necklace is kind of halfway.
Yeah.
This is definitely longer. It's supposed to be longer. It's going to complement that neckline beautifully. Think about wearing a beautiful shell up to here,
Yeah.
and then a great leather jacket, and then this necklace. It could be so just chic rock and roll with the leather jacket and a great top.
Absolutely.
If you want to double it, kind of fill out, if you have a button down, there's just so many different ways that you can wear it, and the way that it catches the light really is beautiful.
Yes, and I love the clasp on this because not only is it a toggle, but there are stones individually hand set in each of the clasps. So what she's trying to do here is make it so that it's not just about function on the clasp, it's actually part of the design. So you can wear a toggle clasp in the front or in the back, but it doesn't matter if it rolls because it's so beautiful when you see that clasp.
Isn't that gorgeous? It really does look like a ribbon that she just kind of twirled
Yep.
around and made links out of, and it froze
Yep.
in place. It has such a pretty curve.
Each of these links is done by hand, and it all comes out polished, and then it's all done with a special tool to give it that satin finish. And how difficult, I can't even tell you, to make it consistent.
Right.
So you would think, well, why aren't some links like a little more satin? It's one person who has to do the entire necklace. You can't just switch it off to somebody else. And that's what
Right.
makes it so challenging.
Everybody has their own technique, by the way, when it comes to using a tool
Yeah.
that creates texture. In order to make it consistent, you have to stick with one person who will do the whole necklace.
Yeah.
Because one person's going to be left-handed, one person's going to be right-handed, one person is going to, have the tool with a little more pressure,
Yeah.
one person a little less pressure. So it's amazing the things that you would find out if you ever tried to do it yourself. You think, oh, how hard can it be? And then you try it yourself and think, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
this is insane, right? So this is all made in the USA, absolutely, absolutely beautiful. And it's going to be one of those pieces that just looks like the 18 karat gold piece you've always wished you
Absolutely.
could get. It is stunning. And I would love this over a turtleneck. I would love it over a mock neck. I would love it over a crew neck. It
Yeah.
just, to the office or out to dinner or to lunch with the girls, you look amazing.
Especially as we're getting into colder weather, people
Yeah.
will start wearing warmer clothes and sweaters, and this is the perfect layering piece over a sweater or turtleneck. It's just beautiful. I love the fact that it's solid, so it has some nice weight to it, and it will hang correctly when you wear it. I just think it's stunning, and I love the fact that it's very different and fresh.
Yeah. So this is that longer necklace that is definitely more substantial. This is a timeless look. This is a classic look. This is an elegant look. This is a status look. All of those things, but each and every one of these links has to be done by hand. It is a crazy amount of work, crazy. So rose, white, and yellow, that nice long necklace. You know what, Ashley, I swear I've seen some yardsticks around here on this floor. Can we grab one real quick and just double check the length on this?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I was gonna say, I swear, I just saw them right here. Thank you.
Oh, good job.
Well, we could just on the page. I think we
Well, because if people want to start ordering it, then,
Oh.
you know, they're gonna wanna know the length, so
Yeah.
it looks like,
It's 36.
36.
36.
okay,
Yep.
it's 36 inches in length. All right, so rose, white, or yellow, absolutely, absolutely beautiful. And
show how it drapes.
yeah, you can definitely, so here's how it drapes.
It's a puddle.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll go over here. Sorry, Kate. Right, here you go. Isn't that beautiful? Look how flexible.
And yet, when you pull it up, it's just always gonna find a way to make it look like there's movement. Figure eights in the links.
Like
some of
smoke
them.
swirling up, isn't it?
It's just very stunning and very different. It's so designer driven. This is such what a designer would do in 18 karat gold, and you'd find 4 digits easily.
Oh, yeah, if not more.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to kind of double it to show you that if you want to have both kind of higher
I love it
on
like
your
that.
neckline, it's really, really beautiful. And it's going to be something that is going to fill out a neckline
That's
beautifully.
phenomenal.
I love that look, and I think it's a completely different look than wearing it long. And it's really, really elegant. So
Look at that. That's beautiful.
isn't that pretty? So if you're saying, oh, I like that, but I really want a shorter one, just double it.
Yeah.
You know, and you're good. Just double it, and it's
Yeah.
pretty much done. So I know you're going to love that when you get it home. This one is an advance order.
Yes.
It is going to be made for you, and of course, the date that is going to, the week that ships out will be on the page so that you can
Yes.
see exactly when to expect it. By the way, one of the things we always do is we actually leave those pages up
Yes.
on the website, so you can always go back and look at it. And of course, if you can't find it, you can always just send us an email at customercare@leeserobertson.com, and we can remind you
Yes.
of when that one is going to ship out. This is our Made in the USA. Every single beautiful piece of jewelry that you see in this chat is made in the USA.
All by hand.
All by hand. Every single step is done by hand, which is absolutely amazing. And I love that this is one factory that has so many different amazing techniques at its
Yes.
disposal. You know, usually a factory does specialize and they kind of go, we do this or we do that. These guys are like
It's why they're
the
so successful.
multitaskers of the jewelry world.
Yep.
Exactly. So this is another piece that I absolutely love. If you love pieces that are really bold, very easy to wear, really make a statement, this is perfect. If you like the idea of layering, but you don't really want to do it yourself, this automatically does it for
Yep.
you. This is going to be your choice of all yellow, rose white yellow, black white yellow.
Yeah.
And this is kind of a really beautiful tubugas kind of link
Yes.
that is stunning. And you can see it really is 3 different links that just roll onto your hand.
Yep.
How gorgeous is that?
And I think it's very special because most people think, well, tuba gas, don't the Italians do that? But actually, the Americans have been doing this for a long time. And this factory has been doing this for a very long time. And they've perfected over the years because the tubo gas has to be very malleable, very flexible, or else it doesn't fit right, or it doesn't feel right. It's not comfortable. So this is something that they've done really well. And the fact that they've interlocked 3 together,
Yeah.
it's almost like that rolling kind of bangle when you
Yeah.
take it on and off. It's got a lot of dimension to it. I love the sleekness of this design, more modern. But again, it's beautiful and all done by hand.
It's interesting because many, many years ago I was in Italy just for a few days by myself and stumbled across this, these beautiful pieces of jewelry in the shop. And they said, would you like to go see where it's made? And I said, sure. So we're in this apartment building climbing up all these flights of stairs to the
Yeah.
very top. And then in the very top was a workshop where two brothers were sitting and making beautiful pieces of gold jewelry. It's like a little, there's like a little fairy tale, like, you know, just, you think, really, this is how it goes? And they were making beautiful gold pieces for the most expensive couture houses
Yeah.
in the world. One of the pieces they were making were a number of bangles together that rolled
Yeah.
on over your hand onto your wrist. And it's always what I think of now when I see anything rolling, like a rolling ring
Yeah.
or a rolling bracelet. I always think of how beautiful it was when they were making those pieces in their factory. And I love the fact that this just moves with you.
Yeah.
This is going to be comfortable. It rolls back and forth. It's, you know, you hit your, it's never going to cut
Yeah.
in. It's just flexible and beautiful and absolutely, oh my gosh, you are going to love it, the most comfortable thing you've ever worn.
And I love the fact that we just didn't do it in the yellow. We did it in the tricolor, which is yellow, white, and rose.
Right.
And the black, yellow, and white. Just 3 different combinations. Step out of your comfort zone, maybe. It's beautiful, whichever one you're trying. But this is, again, it's something that is very modern in the sense, but you would think, like, how was a factory doing this and then that bangle
Right.
that we just sold? And they do it all there. I mean, this is a link that is stamped out by hand, and they roll it, and that's how you get the tuba gas design. And then they interlock one into the other. And I've seen this being made in Italy, not in the States. It's amazingly laborious process to do this. And when the Italians would make this all the time, it was in 18 karat gold. This was an iconic piece in 18 karat gold for as long as I was going to Italy. And I was like, oh, they didn't make it in another metal. They only made it in 18 karat gold. And finally, we're able to offer it now at what I think is amazing, the price that we're able to get.
It's really, really beautiful. So this is going to be, again, your choice of the all yellow, the yellow, white, and rose, the black, white, and the yellow, white, and black. Tricolor, yellow, white, rose, tricolor with black, yellow, white,
Yeah.
black, or all yellow. Really,
Yes.
really beautiful. So this is an advance order. It is going to be made for you. Want to remind you that every single piece that you see in this show is handmade in the USA, in Providence, Rhode Island. Love that. And this is just one of those gorgeous, gorgeous pieces. All right, now, I have once again messed my hair up. Hold on a second. Flip it back. Oh! Coming up next, we have a whole collection.
It's
that
probably
I
one of
know.
my favorite pieces. This collection is one of my favorites of the night.
So this is an absolutely beautiful collection that is all about a 4-petaled flower. So it's a style that you've seen done by some of the most high-end
Yeah.
couture design houses in the world. They might call it something different. This is the interpretation by this factory out of Providence, Rhode Island. And so again, here's where it is very, very important that every single step is done by hand, because what you're going to have is an amazing, I can't see it from here,
That's
attention to detail that allows you to have exactly the texture and the technique that would normally only be done in 18 karat gold,
Absolutely.
and now is going to be done in 14 karat gold and brass. So this is going to be your choice of a shorter necklace in
Yeah.
16.5 inches, a longer necklace in 42 inches,
42 inches, that's right.
or a pair of earrings in a lever back, and it's all in your choice of 3 different colors,
Right there.
which I absolutely, absolutely love.
Look at the texture on
Gorgeous.
this flower. How beautiful is that? And there's the little tiny stones set in the center. It really is a beautiful piece of jewelry. Again, this is where she goes out and she's inspired by the highest end designers around the world. It's just very beautiful.
And I love, you know, when you're looking at this, for example, this is the shorter one. One of the things that I love is that these are double-sided.
Yes.
You know, these stations are double-sided, so it's going to be the most beautiful texture. Look at that, the most beautiful texture, the most beautiful dimension. Look at the beading on the edge. Look how the edge is raised, the small little bit of stone presence in the center. Isn't that gorgeous?
Just the border, even the border is the attention to detail on there. They just don't want to settle for an all polished, stamped type piece. It's dimensional. It's got a thickness to it. and it's got almost a stippling texture to it. It's not just, this is not like the brushed satin finish. This is actually a hammered effect more on the link. But it's just a beautiful flower. It's a station necklace, whether you're going after the shorter length or the longer length, which you can wrap twice. It's just absolutely stunning. And it's one of my favorite pieces of the night because I just think it's so beautiful, and it is so, it reminds me so much of some of the very high-end couture houses.
Oh, yeah.
in the world.
Want to let you know that the 16.5-inch length does have an extender. So it'll be plenty of room for you. And then the longer length, the 42-inch, double checking where to go, does have a lobster claw clasp as well. So isn't that beautiful? So I used a little bit of the extender, and I actually, thank you, Katie, because
I love
not quite
the earrings.
centered things.
The earrings are beautiful. Notice the earrings are forward facing. That is always very important. A lot of earrings will face on the side, and you'll only see them when you're looking at the side. She likes her jewelry with the earrings that you can really see the design, and that's beautiful. The combination of the two of these, the necklace you're wearing, it comes in 3 colors. I love mixing and matching these together, so you can wear a shorter one in maybe yellow, the longer one in white, to create that two-tone effect, or maybe the rose, which is such a beautiful color rose. It's not a really red rose, it's a soft blush rose that I love.
It's so interesting because I forget what manufacturer we were looking at the other day. Excuse me, a little tickle in my throat. And their rose was really, it was just way too much. Like the color on it was too much. And we were talking to David, I was like, oh my gosh, what is up? Like that color, they have to tone that down. And he was saying, I agree. It was somehow it was like one of our virtual Zoom meetings that we were just, trying to figure it out. But look at the length of this. Look at how beautiful this is. You can wear the short and the long together. You can wear the short and then wear a pendant and then wear the long. And you can double the long. I mean, there's nothing that you can't do with these necklaces. And they look like $1 million. They look like, oh my gosh, I know where that came from, but you don't.
Yeah. And again, all done by hand, made in USA. I'm always saying that because I'm amazed that this one factory does that workmanship that you would only expect from the Italians or some of the highest end jewelers in the world. And this is amazing to me that a design like this comes out of a factory that has been around forever, of the longest time. And they've survived the test of time because they know how to differentiate what they do.
Yeah.
Design and innovation. This is what it's all about in the industry today.
And one of the things that I do think is interesting is that, right now when it comes to 18 karat gold, if you were dealing with anything that was truly gold, it would be featherweight.
Yeah.
But what everybody wants is, everybody says, I want to wear gold. Whenever they buy it, in a lot of cases they'll go, oh my gosh, it's so light. I want something that feels good. No, you don't want to pay for something that feels good, because feels good translates into heavy. Heavy translates into megabucks. And so, the gold industry has created ways of making a big looking gold with a very little bit of metal, and it's still very, very expensive. This is not only going to give you the color and the texture and the detail and the finishing that you want in 18 karat gold, but it's going to give you the feel that you wish you could get in 18 karat gold without spending 5 digits instead of 4.
Katie, can I have you zoom in on right here? I want to show something if you get closer enough. Between the flowers, there is a bezel set stone that has been satin finished. I'm showing you this because of the attention to detail on that. You can see right there. They didn't leave it polished because the flowers are not polished. They want to make sure that everything complements each other, that the chain complements. This is not polished chain. This is a special finish on the chain. Everything is about attention to detail. And when a factory does that, that's when I fall in love with that factory. I'm saying, you won me over because you are really thinking outside the box. You're not settling. And I just think that's one thing so beautiful. You can see it.
And the reason that's unusual is every single thing you do to that is what makes it more expensive. And everybody, in most cases, is just thinking, how can I make it as low price as possible? Well, you know what? They're never going to notice
Yeah.
if the chain isn't quite the right texture. I mean, it looks fine, right?
Yeah.
They're never going to notice if the bezel setting isn't satin finish. They're never going to notice if, from a distance, at a glance, blah, blah, blah. Most people don't know enough. That is exactly the opposite of the direction that this woman takes
Yeah.
in the jewelry she designs, and that this line takes in the way they create the jewelry. They look at it as, what else can we do to make it absolutely beautiful? What else can we do? Not what can we get away with not doing. What else can
Yeah.
we do? And it's stunning. So I love the earrings. I got to tell you, these earrings are worth the price of admission. If you are just saying,
Yeah.
I just want something simple I can live in every day, these look like the iconic 18 karat gold and diamond earrings you've always wanted. Madison Avenue, the most expensive shopping district, couture designer, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
That's what these look like. I mean, look how perfect.
Yep.
They have just enough size, just enough drop, just enough sparkle, just enough texture. They are so beautiful on, and you're never even going to feel them. They're so comfortable. Don't
Yeah.
be surprised if you lay your head down at night and go, oh my gosh, I forgot to put my earrings on. It's just crazy, right?
That's so true.
That's how good they are. So this is the texture in the earring. Don't forget every detail. The stations are double-sided, 16.5 inches with plus an extender.
Yeah.
On the shorter, as you can see, plenty of room. 42 inches on the long necklace, rose, white, or yellow, all done by hand. Absolutely beautiful. So
It really is.
love this whole group. It's like a 4-petal flower, which is an absolutely iconic design. So we'll let Ashley take this away, and we'll go to our next piece. I'm trying to keep an idea on time, but we got to reset this clock because 7 minutes ahead of time really messes me up. I can't quite do the math really well in my head on that one. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so one of the things that I love is when, and I'm just gonna, we need to put these up this way. There you go.
There you go.
Is that when there's kind of a new look and a new technique. This is a beautiful, beautiful choice of bangles, and I love the colors, and I love that it's done in a very unusual way. So we're gonna have your choice of one with the beautiful design and one that is just solid. This is gonna be enameling, but this is enameling with artwork.
Yes.
And enameling only. We're calling this white, but I have to say it's a soft white.
Yeah, it's a very much a soft
It's
white.
really beautiful. It's just, it's the perfect soft white. Then
Yes.
we have this beautiful orange that is iconic.
Iconic beyond belief.
Iconic. I mean, this is the orange that is normally, $300 for a teacup, which I only know because somebody gave me a gift certificate, and I went into that store and I thought, I'm gonna be able to get one little thing, and then I realized I couldn't even afford a teacup. So I never really bought anything. And then we have this beautiful, this is turquoise, but
Yes.
it's not your regular turquoise.
No, it's not.
It has a hint more green. It is the perfect couture turquoise, the perfect couture. This is the turquoise that looks like Madison Avenue.
Yeah.
This reminds me of the fashion house that starts with a G,
Yeah.
and it's an Italian line, and they do great bags.
Yeah.
This reminds me of a French line,
Yes.
very couture, very high-end, where they have a 5-year waiting list on their bags, and they're
Yeah.
known for their scarves. And this just looks like every elegant, beautiful, timeless, like Grace Kelly could have worn it. I mean, it just, like, it has that feel to it. And these are all going to be, once again, oval with the spring, super easy to put on, and look how beautiful.
Oh my gosh, it is, to me, that just says so much. Now you think about the jewelry we've offered so far, and now, we went from a tuba gas to this beautiful flower necklace, and now we're talking about genuine enamel. Enamel, I say genuine because there's a lot of different qualities of enamel. This is the highest enamel you're ever going to find. Look how beautiful they look together. And you can mix and match these in any way you want. I love the rope texture, the rope design that you're seeing on this. And I love all the solid colors together. If you were to wear them, the 3 colors together, whatever you feel you'd like to do. But look at the orange and white together. Look at how stunning that looks. I
Isn't
mean,
that
this is
gorgeous?
something that you're gonna wear every day. It won't go out of style. It's really timeless. And I just love the fact that, again, here she is again, thinking about what she would want to bring from the highest end jewelry stores all over the world and put her own spin on it, and that's exactly what she's done here.
So one of the things that you can do is, of course, mix and match a couple of them. You can do some with the pattern and some with the plain. One of the biggest trends right now in the world of fine jewelry is enameling.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because at different points in our history, it has been more popular, then a little bit more in the background.
Yep.
It is one of the biggest trends we're seeing across the globe.
Yep.
It's big in Italy, it's big on Madison Avenue. Really high-end enameling is very, very difficult
Yep.
to do. It is not easy.
This is one of the pieces that she, remember I said
Yes.
I speak to her all the time. She wears these quite a bit, and she says she gets so many compliments when she wears. I mean, she not only loves what she does, she wears her own jewelry.
Oh,
and
yeah.
She is decked out in her jewelry, and you could tell how passionate she is. But when she wears these bangles, she feels like $1,000,000. And she always tells me,
I like
David,
this.
these are one of my favorites. Look at the combination there.
Yeah, I love this combination. I'm going to try it with this combination because I think that the orange is so rich with the turquoise. Look at that. That's a confident look.
Yeah.
That is 4 digits in a handbag. That's an amazing, amazing look. Don't be afraid to mix and match the colors. And if you're a little shy, then definitely the white's going to go with everything. Look how chic that is. Doesn't this just look like, I was just on the French Riviera and I thought,
Yeah.
I love these bangles and I just had to have them, right? It just has that, it has the feel.
Yeah.
It looks like it has a story. It looks like it's just the most beautiful piece. Here are 2 of just the plain ones together. How gorgeous is that? So, don't be afraid to mix and match. But really, really good enameling is
Yeah.
very, very challenging to find. These are beautiful. If you like the pattern, it reminds me very, very much of a high-end French couture silk scarf
Yeah.
that costs 4 digits. Very couture, the equestrian inspiration in its own way, and then of course the solid are just going to be those elegant, elegant pieces. We have the turquoise, the orange, and the white in both options, and this is an advance order.
Yes, it is.
So this will be made for you, and don't forget that it has the magnet
Yep.
and the spring.
And I like the oval shape because your wrist is oval, so it fits really nicely on. It will fit small to average wrists again. It's just a beautiful design, and you can't go wrong. Of these 6 choices you're getting here now, whichever one you choose, I just think they're all beautiful.
Isn't that
It's hard
gorgeous?
to decide.
Yeah, it really, really is. I just think these are so elegant, so rich, so chic. And again, they can go with everything from a leather jacket to a beautiful blouse when you're going
Yeah.
to the office to, out to dinner with friends. Whatever you're doing, they are
Yeah.
really, really beautiful. So I love these, and I love the fact that they are so different. I haven't seen this look coming and going.
Yep.
It's very, very couture, and it is one of those pieces that is just, I don't know, it's so pretty. I don't want to give them up. It's one of those pieces that is so beautifully done. And I'm trying to, I was thinking of just holding a few.
Yeah.
Because I just like them so
Yeah,
much.
no, they're so
It's one of
beautiful.
those pieces that's so beautifully done. You cannot help but get compliments on it, honestly. I have no doubt that when she wears it, she gets compliments. And people know her, by the way. I mean, they know her for her jewelry. And she's known for wearing amazing jewelry because she creates amazing jewelry. So for everyone to know her and still give her compliments on this bangle tells you how unusual and how eye-catching that bangle is. It's a very different technique. It's absolutely beautifully done. It is made right here in the USA. I love that. And it is going to be made for you in your choice of the turquoise, the orange, or the white, in the solid or the artwork, whichever you prefer.
Yes. I remember when you first saw these bangles, your eyes lit up. And I always know when Lisa sees something and she
Yeah.
has this aha moment that she spotted something that she loves. And I think that's a true testament to when she sees jewelry like this, that she's like, oh wow, this is really high-end looking. This is really luxury
Beautiful.
at its best.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There is no wrong way to wear those bangles, layer those bangles, stack those bangles, so go for it. Okay, that is a beautiful, brand new concept
Yep.
in a bangle. I absolutely love it. And that is, once again, made right here in the USA. And I love that concept. It's just the prettiest look. I know I keep hoarding the jewelry behind me because I just want to be able to mention it when we get to it a little bit later on. So everything in this show is made in the USA. Everything becomes available at the top of the shopping page on lisarobertson.com as soon as we start talking about it. So for example, if you were just watching the shopping page a few minutes ago, you saw those beautiful enamel bangles come up. And right now, if you're watching the shopping page, you're going to see this beautiful pair of earrings coming up. And I'm just going to hold one of them down here before I put it on because I think the colors are so gorgeous. So this is going to be a beautiful, beautiful earring in your choice of the white, which is really kind of a rainbow. I'm not sure how it's coming across because my monitor is bad.
That's better. That's better.
Oh, thank you, David. But you're looking down into it almost like a rainbow moonstone kind of feel on this crystal. And then this, to me, looks like an aqua chalcedony that you're looking down into. They're beautifully faceted crystals, beautifully done in the earrings. And I think that our lighting is making it hard to see just how beautiful they really are.
But these are these antique crystals that they don't make anymore. It's a special cut of antique crystals. So it's very high-end looking. And she likes to compare these to the finest opals all over the world. And she calls this one Pacific, the one Lisa's wearing is Pacific opal, she calls it, because it looks like the Pacific seas and has this beautiful faceting on it. But it's not just that. Again, here we're going back to attention to detail. Look at the border on the earrings that you're looking at. There's this beaded work with stone set. And that's what gives it this amazing designer appeal. You see it on Lisa, and that's it. Not only is the color beautiful, but the attention to detail, the finding is very comfortable. I love these, and these are ready to ship immediately. So if you are interested in these, they will come immediately to you. But they've just captured everything that you would think of in a high-end retail designer shop.
I have to say that I wish you could see these in person because the color of the Pacific opal style crystal, the antique crystal, is so beautiful.
Well, they're now on the page, so
you can look at the pictures on the page. And then when you look down into that crystal that's white, but it's white, and then you're looking down into it with the faceting, and you're seeing this rainbow effect.
Yeah.
It's really, really, it is very, very much opal-esque in its feel. So I love these earrings because once again, when you look at the attention to detail of the setting with the small stones around on the corners or on the edges, top, above and below and side to side, this is very, very much what the 18 karat gold and diamond and gemstone earrings would look like on Madison Avenue. I'm trying to figure out a better way to show this. Hold on. I'm going to take this off here and just hold it.
Can you do you have an extra bus form? Maybe the first one.
Yeah, just a large.
I just want to see the
perfect.
I want to see the
Thanks,
extra
Ashley.
graph.
Yeah, we're going to see if putting a color behind it will
Let's see how
help.
that looks. Does that help at all?
No, does this help? Do you think? I think a little bit.
Yeah.
You can see kind
you
of
can
down
see a little
into
bit of the rainbow
but
effect there.
This looks like the 18 karat gold and diamond earring that you would absolutely see on Madison Avenue. That would be a high-end name that you'd seen in magazines that you never thought you could afford. I mean, this is where that hand work.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, does it show the subtlety, the fineness of those earrings? They are so beautifully done.
They always take it to the next level, Lisa. They always, you know, it would be a beautiful earring if it was just the faceted antique crystal. But what they do is they make it more upscale by creating this border done by hand that looks like you went into a jewelry store and you bought 18 karat gold.
Yeah.
It really does. That you went to one of these designer shops and this was one of the earrings you liked and it was there and it was just almost cost prohibitive. But I love the fact that she's creating ideas that are affordable but still have that look, the fineness that you can't teach somebody. You know how sometimes when we go to Italy, you're like, you give them an idea, it happens sometimes, and they come back with something and you say, they didn't get the subtleties.
Yeah, they didn't get the subtleties.
This happens quite a bit, Lisa.
Yeah.
You know it, because when it comes back, like, they just missed it. She's not missing it. She's getting it. She gets the subtleties. So we're not like, you didn't do that right. We need you to do this. She has her way of doing it, and we love what she does.
So these earrings are absolutely beautiful, and I do think this is the kind of earring that is very upscale, that is absolutely beautifully done, that just finishes whatever you're wearing, that raises the level of whatever you're wearing, but isn't too much. So those are beautiful, and we're going to go ahead and move on because I'm realizing, of course, I've gone too long on things, and my math is not very good when it comes to trying to stay on time on that one. So we have a number of beautiful things yet to get to, and I lost track on that one. Okay. Coming up next, this is one of the most beautiful necklaces I have ever seen. And I'm just going to put that right across there because I don't want to do anything. One of the most beautiful necklaces I've ever seen, and it is so gorgeous.
It really is.
When you are looking at this necklace, this is one of those necklaces that looks like, oh my gosh, you really did it. You did it. Oh my gosh, you sold the car and bought the necklace. I can't believe you did that. So this is a beautiful combination of long and shorter links, a Figaro kind of configuration, 1 long, 3 short, but a very, very fresh way of doing it. And what you see in the rose, the white, and the yellow is this beautiful toggle clasp with the stones. And then just one down, you have one with stones, and then in the next set of 3, one with stones. So you start out with the sparkle, it scatters a little out, and then you have the beautiful links and the texture.
And she loves combining the sparkle of the stones with this brushed satin, matte finish, whatever it is, it's the textures that she's going for because she feels it makes the jewelry come to life. Because you're not just putting it against a polished surface with the stones where sometimes it gets lost. Here you get to see the stones even better because the finish of those links are so beautiful. Again, all done by hand. It's amazing the labor that goes into this when you're sitting there by hand and you're making this finish on these links. And you know, link chains are one of the things that are happening right now. All different kinds of link chains, whether it's the Rollos that we do from Italy, but this is one that is I love the flattering look of the elongated links with the shorter links, and then the juxtaposition of those little stones that are set in one of those round links.
So I love that here is that little bit of sparkle, right? But she didn't just stop there and say, that's good enough. So then in the first set of 3 links, the center has stones. In the second set of 3 links, the center has stones. So if you want to wear this in the middle, you can, and you're going to have the stones facing up beautifully. If you want to wear it on the side, you're going to have a little sparkle on either side. Now, most people would say, we gave you stones in the clasp, that's enough, be grateful. But she didn't do that. You know, she just said, no, I need to pull the elements of one into the other to make it all have a beautiful flow. And that's a lot of extra work, a lot of extra labor, but oh my gosh, is it gorgeous.
It really is. I think, again, this really excited me when I saw this because, again, you think about everything we've offered so far in the show, well, here's another differentiation of what this factory does. You know, remember the first necklace we introduced, which was that organic link? Well, this is a more formed link, but they do it in a way that makes it as upscale as you'd find in a store in Madison Avenue or walking on Rodeo Drive. This is what you would find when you walked into one of those expensive stores.
Absolutely. And by the way, if it weighed anything with it like what this one weighs, you would have to sell the car.
You will love the feel of this when you get it.
It feels so
good. It feels so good.
So all of that hand labor and the expertise of the artists who have worked for years to perfect the skills required for this jewelry, when you put it with this line, which is 14 karat gold over brass, you have the weight that you wish you could afford in gold, and you have the look that you absolutely love in gold, but you do not have the price tag of either.
Exactly.
And it is so beautifully done. If you're a little snobby, I get it. I just call it educated, opinionated woman who knows the good stuff. Like, you know when something is more expensive. Oh my gosh, is this your line? This is phenomenal. So this is the most beautiful necklace, just perfect around here. You can layer it with another necklace below. If you have a pendant or an enhancer, you can actually clasp it on here and bring it down a little bit because it's a beautiful toggle clasp. But I can't wait for you to get that one home because I'm telling you, it's one of the prettiest pieces I've seen.
It really is. I think she's nailed it on this one when I say that. She's got the subtleties down, the refinement, there has the right scale, the right look of 18 karat gold, and when I know that if I saw someone wearing this, or if I was at lunch sometime, I would have to go up to them and say, can I see your necklace? Because I'm very interested in jewelry, obviously, having done this for so long.
Right.
But I do people watch, and I do check out the jewelry that people are wearing. And I know that if I saw this on somebody, I'd be like, wow.
Wow.
That's incredible. You must have gotten this somewhere expensive.
All right, so once again, unfortunately, I took way too much time on things, so we're going to move to the next piece. Thanks, Ashley. Because we have 3 more pieces, including this.
Okay, so we got
I don't even know how I did so poorly at the time. Next time, we're going to have to find a way for David to help me, because he's a much better timekeeper than I am. So this
You were on a roll, so I just let it go.
I know, I'm sorry. I just get so excited. So,
Can we trade out that for one of the ones we already
Oh.
used in the gray color?
oh, okay. Can we, yeah, just, that'd be perfect.
Thanks, Ashley.
Thanks, Ash.
Thanks.
Yeah, black, and of course I'm wearing black, makes the camera go a little crazy. All right, so again, one factory, all the different techniques we've been talking about, the beautiful organic links in the very, very beginning, the stones set in the earrings, the tubogas, right? The beautiful enameling, all those are the same factory. How is that possible? I don't know, and frankly, I don't even need to understand it. As long as it's there and I can get it and I can have it made for me and I can wear it, I'm a happy girl. So this is, once again, another beautiful concept made in the USA
Yep.
by this amazing line, every detail done by hand, and this looks like 18 karat gold and diamonds. It is 14 karat gold over brass. By the way, because of the color that she does in alloying the gold,
Yep.
and because of the techniques that she does in creating the textures, it almost reminds me more of 24.
Yeah, it does.
You know, there are a few really high-end gold lines that are 24 karat
Yes.
gold. They're very rare here in the U.S.
Yes.
But this is the look. It's that handmade,
Yeah.
ancient
Yep.
feel. You know that this could have been made 1,000 years ago, except for they probably wouldn't have made, you know, set the stones like that. But the texture,
Yep.
you know, is timeless, and they're stunning. So rose, white, and yellow, and this is going to be a round slip-on bangle.
Yep.
And how gorgeous is that?
And what's so beautiful about this is it combines this hammered effect, what I almost call a chiseled effect, and then the satin finish is applied on top. So you're getting 2 textures now in this bracelet that just flows so nicely, and then those stones individually set all around the bangle. It's you know, it's something that just makes it look. If you didn't know better, you'd think this was diamonds. Something about the stones that she used really do come across a lot like diamonds. And it just, this is perfect. And this is why she does that satin and hammered finish, because it makes those stones just pop.
Isn't that beautiful? But you know, one of the reasons that other people don't do this, and one of the reasons you normally only see it in gold, is that it's very time consuming. It's very labor intensive. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
You have to have people with the skill level that takes years. They have to have very specific tools.
So
they
true.
have to really have a very even hand, and they have to have a lot of time. So to have something like this with this texture created right here in the USA,
Yeah.
every single step done by hand, oh my gosh, is that gorgeous. This is going to be a piece you live in.
Yeah.
You
Look
know-
how the light hits that.
Oh my
The light
gosh,
is hitting
you're gonna
that
wear
from
this
all.
with a t-shirt and distressed jeans. You're gonna wear this with, you know, your jogging pants. If you had this bracelet in 18 karat gold and diamonds, would you not wear it every day?
Yes.
I would never take it off. If I had this bracelet in 18 karat gold and diamonds, you and whose army would get me to take that off my wrist? Really? Come for it, because I'm not giving it up right now. I mean, I'm just like,
Yeah.
I couldn't. And you should wear it that way. You
Yeah.
should enjoy it that way. You should wear it that way. That's what it's for. And I love the fact that you can do that and you don't have to spend thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Now, if you can afford to spend thousands, great, go for it. That's fine. But that's not what most people can do. You know, we work hard for our money. We want some beautiful pieces.
Absolutely.
We want to enjoy them. Enjoy them. Don't save them for good. Enjoy them. And this is a design that you can enjoy. You're not waiting to dress up, because nobody is anymore. You know, you're not, and I love it.
And I would be shocked if somebody told me this is made in USA, because it has an Italian feel to it.
Yeah,
like
it does.
I don't believe.
So absolutely gorgeous. Your choice of 3 different colors, and oh my gosh, is that stunning. Yeah, I just keep hiding it and squirreling it way back there. All right, this is a necklace that is very, very different. And I love the way that this one's made, I'm just gonna put one of them on so you can see the way that it hangs. I have it a little backward here. I'm used to putting it out with my other hand, so give me just a second.
Oh, you did?
Did I, is it centered?
Yeah, it's good. It looks
Really?
good. Yeah.
Oh my
you'll see it in a
gosh, what
second,
are
but
that's
it looks,
just
I think
lucky.
it looks really good.
That is just pure luck right there. Okay, so this is a necklace that is absolutely gorgeous, and it's going to be your choice of rose, white, and yellow. And once again, it is a completely different feel and texture. We have it in, I have 2 colors in front of me. I'm wearing it in the yellow.
Oh my God, that is such a...
Isn't that pretty?
And again, it combines that hammered effect, that chiseling effect, and that satin finish, but this time it's this feminine drop. It's these discs that are solid on both sides, not just on one side. That satin finish is on both sides, and you have that centerpiece, that center necklace.
By the way, you know what's interesting is I normally, of course, I can only put something on if the clasp is in my right hand. I grabbed this one with the clasp in my left hand thinking, oh no, the necklace is going to be backwards. But there is no backwards on this necklace, as you were saying. So it's all good.
Now, and I think the single disc in the center is what makes it. It kind of fills it in more. You can see it on Lisa. It fills the necklace in. Here, she's captured this layering effect in something that I've never seen done before. I've seen disc necklaces before where they're these stamped sparkly, and I love those. They use them in ankle bracelets. They use them in a lot of different types of necklaces, but this is where this is a solid disc.
You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of jewelry from 3000 BC. Like the earliest days of jewelry where it was handmade with very rudimentary tools that would naturally give it that look. This is going to be something that gives you that look and feel, and it's all done in what looks like handmade 18 karat gold, rose, white, or yellow. I love the fact that you have an extender on this. I love the fact that it's 2 necklaces in one. I love the fact that it's all done for you, made for you, ready to go. It is just, you know, add water and stir, throw it on, and you're good. And it's going to give you the texture, but there's no sparkle. So if you're someone who's saying, I'm not really so formal, I want something I can wear, you know, with a leather jacket, with a t-shirt, or with the beautiful blouse and a pencil skirt, or whatever. You know, this is perfect. Absolutely perfect.
I think this necklace is a game changer. I think that when you wear this necklace, it just brings whatever you're wearing to life. It just has that beautiful effect, and I'm looking at how it just fills your neckline in. It's just beautiful, and this is going to be in about, I think this is 16 inches. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's actually 15 inches on the top and 17 inches on the bottom. So it's just the way it works. 15 and a half actually.
And it does have an extender, so you're going to be good to go on that. I think this is one of the more affordable pieces in the show too.
Yes.
Although you know what? Next time we're going to give the prices on each piece as we go through, and I meant to do that.
I haven't had my paper. I forgot downstairs.
But everything in this show is much more affordable than you would think. And this necklace is one of those absolutely, absolutely beautiful, beautiful pieces. Okay. I believe this is our last piece. And we are a little over because I spent too long in the beginning and not long enough in the end. Okay, so there is a very, very high-end couture design house that is known for this concept of earring, and it's one that's been translated just beautifully, beautifully for you. One of the biggest trends, somebody was saying before the show, we want more pearls, more pearl jewelry. One of the biggest trends is pearl jewelry. Katie and I were just in Italy, and it was one of the things that we noticed everywhere, and we kept commenting on it, was, oh my gosh, look at all the beautiful pearl jewelry. And this is something that is made in the USA, and it is going to be done with these beautiful man-made pearls going all the way around. We have it in rose, white, yellow, and black. There you go. Rose, white, yellow, and black. And again, it's the textures, it's the placement, it's the sizes, it's the scale, it's the finishing, the little detail of, look, there's a pearl on the back. Yeah, it just, everything about this is, you said it, it's attention to detail, it's how to make it work, it's finished jewelry. They don't leave anything left unturned. They want to make this look like a real 18 karat gold and pearl earring that you would find in a couture house, that you would go and find somewhere that you can wear this and it's
you would think it's cost prohibitive, but it's very affordable. And I love the satin finish on this, Lisa. I love the pearl. I like the fact they didn't just leave it high polished. They did that satin finish, which again, an extra step, handmade, all done just for us, made in USA.
Love these. All right.
Aren't they fun?
These come with the comfort back, just to let you know. That is the back that was chosen by this line because it's going to give you the best fit and the most comfortable fit. So look at how gorgeous. Ignore that because I just had that on from last time. Isn't that beautiful? So these are fun. These are different. If you're saying, you know what, maybe you already have some classic pieces and you're looking for something a little more fresh, a little more confident, a little more fun, a little more fashion. Oh my gosh. The girls who literally will save every penny to get a $4,000 handbag are wearing these earrings. This is the earrings that they will save and wear because these are so beautifully done and so cool and so fresh and so visual.
And they're so strategic how they're graduated pearls on this. You said how it has a pearl at the end. It's just a finished piece of jewelry, made the perfect scale, exactly what we were looking for and exactly what she was trying to offer us.
So I love the fact that we gave you some very simple earrings in the 4-petal flower. We gave you some beautiful stones in the crystals that looked very, very much like opals. And now we're giving you this completely different look. And this really, really fresh pair of earrings with these beautiful, beautiful pearls. I mean, it's all you need. I mean, again, picture this with a turtleneck, with a mock neck. Picture this with a leather jacket. How cool is that? Picture it with a beautiful blouse and a pencil skirt going to the office. How elegant is that? Picture this with a really fun top and your skinny jeans and your high heels going out with your friends. You know, this is just an absolutely beautiful pair of earrings. And I have to say, if there is a fashion girl on your list, I know it's early, I get it. Don't yell at me. But the early bird gets the worm. And the earlier you get your holiday shopping for Christmas presents and everything else out of the way, then the more you get to enjoy the holiday, whatever you happen to celebrate, and not have to be stressed about all the presents. So I love the earrings. I think they are absolutely, absolutely gorgeous.
I do too. I think it's fitting that this is the last piece of jewelry we introduced tonight, because when you think back that this is all from one factory, it's very difficult to do that, because normally if we said, okay, everything is here from one factory, you would see a lot of the same looks. You would see, okay, you'd see a lot of wovens, and maybe that's what they do. There has been something for everyone tonight. And I love the fact that it's been like bracelets to earrings to these beautiful necklaces.
It's been bold, it's been polished, it's been textured, it's been, you know, a little more industrial, it's been very feminine, it's been very ancient, it's been very couture. It's like, oh my gosh, everything. So I want to remind you that everything from this brand new collection, the Made in the USA collection that we just introduced this evening, is now on the shopping page, lisarobertson.com. Go to the home page, hit the red shop tab in the upper right, and you will see these. The first thing that's going to come up are these beautiful pieces of jewelry. When you look at them, when you look at each page, you click on it and you'll see a page you can just swipe through. All the pictures. You can see all the information in the description. It'll tell you when it's going to ship, if it's being made for you. You'll see the price. You'll see everything, all the different options, everything on that product page. If you're new to shopping with us and you're going, wait a minute, I really wanted that 4-leaf, petal flower. Okay, lisarobertson.com, red shop tab, shopping page, scroll down till you see it. Want to remind you that the advance orders are only available for a limited period of time. We do have to give that order to the factory all at once, and they need to get started, so it's not open for a long time. So now that you've seen everything, you can decide, you know, which are the few pieces that you definitely want to add to your collection, because one of the things that we, most of the pieces that we do, we only do once. A few pieces we repeat. Most pieces of jewelry that we bring you, we only do present once. So when you see something you like, definitely grab it. And David, thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you for staying with us tonight. I think this is a spectacular look of what we were offering, and just I hope you enjoyed it even if you're not shopping.
Definitely. All right. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful rest of your evening and enjoy all the shopping. Bye.